Hello everyone and welcome back to day 2 of the road to Berklee. Today we're going to be dissecting my first song in my Space-Time EP. So let's jump into logic. We're going to start with the overall layout of the song. So what I decided to do was make the tempo 120 BPM. The reason why I did that is because I wanted this song to match the ticks of a clock. The song starts just like this with, some nice automation leading in, so it gets louder, and it adds some reverb and some delay to it. Just like that. So that's how the song starts. After that, what comes in is our first lead of the song, which sounds like this. So that's kind of what the lead sounds like, just like that. And then essentially a little bit later, we're going to add some octaves to that, which sounds like this. A little bit wider sound. Then after a little bit, we get the plucks, essentially. And the plucks, they fade in nice and quiet. They sound like this. There's some automation on these as well. With the main melody from the beginning sounds like this. Really wide, really big. And then some stuff to complement that. So there's some strings that go along with it as well. Those sound like this. And then the best part of this is the bass drop. The bass sounds like this. Really big, really thick. Actually, there's a little bit of stereo width to a bass. You don't see that often, but I decided to do that. So now if we combined everything that we have so far, it sounds like this. I'm gonna start a little bit before the bass drop. So that's what everything together sounds like. Next, what we're going to move on to is the transition. This song has 3 main sections. So this is the main first section, the start of the song. I'm going to start to get into the second part. A little bit later in the song, it actually starts to speed up. So if you look at our automation right here, we have a tempo automation that is increasing from 120 BPM to 143 BPM. So as this is happening, I have a transition sound. So in my little folder here called Ear Candy, it's where I keep all the transitions, essentially. I took a sample that's used in the second section of the song, and I isolated a certain part of it, isolated some frequencies, and created like a little tone that gets louder. So that sounds like this. Just, holding that one note out, and it gets louder and it shrinks. And then I also have some more of that sample. I used a different part of it, and I just looped it and delayed it a bunch. So that sounds like this. This is something that I like to do, is I like to use reverse kick drums. And on a reverse kick, it kind of makes like a huge like whoop sound. And that sounds like this. Pretty much a whoop sound. And when you hear that in your headphones, it kind of like adds a bunch of low end to it. And then it breathes into the next section, which I think is really cool. So altogether, that ear candy sounds like this. In context with that, we're going to start right here at measure 47. And I'm going to show you the transition from one section to the next section. that's going to do it for part 1. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow for part 2.